In the course of political upheaval, and the sense that the country isn't working together to move forward to one goal, people often ask about how certain respected historical figures would act during such chaos. There has never been someone more respected or more loved in all of American history than George Washington. He set precedents to be followed as he himself was a pioneer of his time. Now this editorial won't be about a boring history about his life, but rather a look of the psychology of Washington. Washington's true successes involves the change of his ego over time. Every time Washington would lose a battle, he would try to learn from those failures until he perfected a brilliant system to combat the Redcoats. As president, he faced very different challenges and political strifes such as the Whiskey Rebellion, as farmers would scream "no taxation without representation," an old cry from the American Revolution. Washington would try to debunk it by actually going on his horse and confronting the farmers head-on, as if he were going to battle. His decision-making would definitely combat the decisions made by modern presidents. Imagine what Washington would have done in response to the attacks on our nation, or how he would have replied to the current state of our politics. Though the other founding fathers may have been superior in intellect, as they had degrees and wrote constantly on topics, Washington himself was superior at being insightful, as he tried to avoid political squabbles. As Thomas Jefferson and Alexander Hamilton formed the first political parties, Washington tried to stay out of the fray, as he did likewise as France and Great Britain were preparing to go to war with each other. He chose not to choose any sides and to be above all that wasn't right, which led as an example for future presidents to not blame a certain group for causing certain situations. A specific group of historians tried to research and discover material on Washington in order to try and debunk many of his successes, but the only thing they were able to obtain are failures that Washington himself would later improve upon. One argument against Washington's legacy was his use of slaves around his farm in Mount Vernon. At the young age of 11, Washington inherited slaves from his father, but yet, as he continued to make bold moves to abolish slavery, Washington was the only founding father to free his slaves after his death. When Washington died, he had already said goodbye to the nation a few years earlier, with his unique farewell address. Washington only needed 2 terms, as he felt it was the maximum he or someone should serve under his leadership. Many presidents, except for Franklin Roosevelt, have either followed this precedent or have been defeated in their campaign for a 3rd term. In the address, he admits to errors during his administration and suggests that his successors that will follow him will also have many faults. It's almost as if people of America have forgotten the words Washington had left among the nation. He warned of dangers of being involved in foreign affairs, parties, and an unbalanced budget. It's haunting to know that the problems he warned us about are exactly the problems that the nation is currently facing. Washington has obviously done many things, and if you want to seek out a biography about what he has done, you can. This essay was just to show about the brilliant mind of the first commander-in-chief after the Constitution was established as the supreme law of the land. History, of course, has been proving to be critical to modern events, and as Washington said, we should not look back unless it is derived useful lessons from past errors, and for the purpose of profiting by dearly bought experience.